Hello there, Renadiers. It's Manny again. And as I was getting prepared to do a video, I was going to give you 15 steps. It was going to be the shortest video I had for registration, but I was going to give you 15 steps on how to register for Springtime Surprise. Then out of the blue, the marathon weekend medals dropped. And so without further ado, let's take a look. So first off, we have Pluto on the 5K, which looks pretty much stable. Then we move over to the 10K, which is Chippendale. You can see they kind of slide to the side. So this one is a half marathon. I'm just wondering if that circle spins in the back. These ones just look almost straight up. They might be little bouncy ones. That's Mickey and Minnie for the marathon. Goofy just looks very, very simple. This one looks really, really cool. Now this one is going to be the Dopey Challenge. At first, I thought it looked so simple. It's a simple medal. And then this happened. They dropped this picture where it kind of swivels away. So I'm going to go over them one by one, and so we're going to see what exactly they do or what we think they're going to do. So we'll start off with the 5K, which is Pluto. It just seems very simple. I think it's a stationary one. It's not going to move or anything. The next one, the 10K, is Chippendale, and it does look like it moves across. It looks like it's a slider, so that is probably going to be a slider. Next up is the half marathon. It's going to be Donald and Daisy. And if I looked at it originally, it did look like it's a stable medal, but I think that it might be a chance that in the back it might spin. It might be stable in the front, but it might spin in the back or have some kind of semblance of that. So we're going to be able to take a look at it possibly in a couple of weeks. But I think it looks really, really cool. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine and I were just talking about how it looks like Spaceship Earth with and Donald and Daisy are kind of like the legs. Now we move on to the marathon one, and it looks like it's a possibility that Mickey and Minnie might be like those little bouncers, so where you bounce them and they bounce up and down. Then we move to Goofy, which is a 20th anniversary. It looks like a simple, just regular medal. And finally we get to Dopey, and Dopey to me looked like a normal medal, and then I got to see the second picture and it opened up. I thought that was really cool. It looks awesome. Now, I'm going to say this. I do like simplicity, and I think that Disney is overdoing it at times with the medals. They are super cool when they spin, when they twirl, when they, whatever it is, they do stuff. It's really, really cool whenever they invent things. The problem is that it adds more chances that it's going to break. And again, if it moves, it's more chance it's going to chip. So now you're going to have more chances of breaking, more chances of paint chipping. So they're not going to last you as long as you would expect it. So I like the simplicity one. I love the Goofy one. I think that one's great. I always love what Disney does with their medals. I just sometimes think they're just overdoing it. But guys, what do you guys think? Is there one that stands out to you? Are you doing a race and then you saw the medals and go like, that's what I'm doing it for? Or did you just look at them and say, I'm glad I passed up on it, or I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna get the medal? But comment down below. So with that said, before I move on, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Guys, every time you subscribe, it means a lot to us. It means a lot to this channel growing, and we're going to continue doing this to give you guys the information as best as we can to help you guys out. And now let's get to the 15 tips and tricks that we can use to register next week for Springtime Surprise. So this week will be the Club Run Disney. They'll be registering this week. So we'll be able to hear a little bit about what's going on with the merchandise and so forth and so on. But again, we're going to do the 15. So it's going to be 15 steps. What I was going to suggest, if you really, really are new to this, this is more of a refresher course. So if you're new to this, please watch the videos. I'm going to try to leave it in the link below. That one's going to be more in detail. It's a lot longer than this one. This one's just going to be 15 steps. It's going to be a quick thing. It's going to be good for a refresher. But let's go on. The first four, just for your information, the first four are stuff that you could start doing already. So step number one is going to be create your account. And please remember this. If you already have an existing Disney account, as far as Disney, My Disney Experience, Disneyland, D23, Disney Plus, it's the same login information. So just make sure that you got the information, you got that, all your information up to date. The second thing you're going to do is basically check your Wi-Fi and your data, because you're going to be registering. You could use multiple devices. Make sure that if you're using Wi-Fi that your devices catch on pretty well. And if your data, again, walk around to find out where the best data is. Do it the day before. Do it about an hour before, again, just to make sure to reassure. Step number 3 is make sure that you get the information that you need, especially if you're signing up somebody else. So for example, They're going to ask you some questions when you register. There's something that's going to autofill already if you're registering yourself. Once you autofill, it's going to ask you questions. And again, I have them on the other videos, but they're going to be such examples as have you ever run a Disney race before, proof of time, so forth and so on. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But make sure that you get that information. You're ready. If you've already done it, it's basically the same thing. And make sure you get that for anybody else that you're going to register. And to piggyback on that, when you get your information for your registration for yourself, register for somebody else, get your payment information ready. So make sure that you get 2 forms of payment ready, so that way you're ready to go when it comes to registration day. And the 4th thing you can do right now is prioritize. So you're going to prioritize not only the people that you're going to run with. So make sure that if you prioritize, and I'm going to go over it in a little bit. So if you have to run with somebody, you're going to do it a certain way. If you don't have to run with somebody and you're going to register them later, there's another way of doing it. And you're also going to prioritize which races you want to do. So just in case something is sold out, you can go to your backup plan. For example, you want to do a 5K. 5K is sold out. Then are you going to do the 10K? And if the 10K is sold out, are you going to go up to the 10 miler? So forth and so on. Just make sure that you got prioritized which runs you're going to do, which ones you're going to go to, just in case the first choice is sold out. So now we get to registration day. And this is number 5. And what I've been saying is get on there, log in about 15 minutes early. I'm going to change that to 30 minutes early and start refreshing. Okay, step 6, refresh until you get whatever button comes up that says register now. So whatever button comes up, even if you're going to be doing the 5K or you want to sign up for the 5K, but the challenge shows up, click on the first button that gets on there. It's not going to matter later on. So step number 7, once you click on there, it's going to be a spinning queue, okay? Do not refresh anymore. So step number 8, so after a while, that spinning queue is going to have a time at the bottom. It'll always start off with over 1 hour, over 60 minutes, something like that, okay? Be patient. That's the way it starts off for everybody. Time can come down pretty fast, so my next step is step number 8, be patient. So step number 9, once you're in, so once you get through the spinning queue, the time goes in, you're in, you're registering then. Be as efficient as you can, as quickly and efficiently as you can. Make sure that you get all your information in as quickly as possible. Don't miss out on that shirt size. Shirt size is usually hidden in the right-hand corner as you're registering down. So make sure that you do that if you're going to register multiple people. Remember this. If it's a must, you prioritized already, it's your kid, you're going to make sure that you're going to register yourself and your kid. At the very end of the first page, it's going to say register another participant. You're going to click on that. You're going to register them. If it's a friend of yours from work, that'd be cool if you did it, but you want to register yourself first, register yourself first. Make sure that you pay. Once you paid and you got the registrations, you got your registration confirmation, then go back in. It's going to give you at least 15 minutes to go back in and register somebody else. So actually, number 10 is adding runners, adding the second runner, third runner, whatever it is. So the next step number 11, is going to be skip out on the purchases, at least initially, because you can go back in and do that. And skip out on proof of time. That's going to be time that's going to take away from you registering, because it might take a little bit of time. You can always go back and edit that. Step 12 is going to be just be ready just in case the race is sold out, the one that you picked for you and your child, whatever it is. You're going to go ahead and go back in and get your second choice. If not, you can skip to step 13. Step 13 is do not stop until you have finished. Make sure that you go there and you get your confirmation screen. Okay, if you do not get to your confirmation screen, so once you get in, you start registering, it's not, if you've never done this before, it's not like hotels where it gives you a timer, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. If you continue to take your time, there's a chance that by the time you click register or pay now, it's going to kick you out and say, sorry, that is sold out. So make sure that you don't stop until you get your registration complete or registration confirmation. So step 14 is make sure you get a screenshot, okay? So make sure you take a picture, screenshot, whatever it is, just in case it gets lost. You're going to have a double way of checking it out. Number one is whatever your payment method is. You can check your gift cards also, so that's another way of doing it. You can check your redemption cards, and of course your debit or credit cards, you can check those. But make sure that you take a screenshot or take a picture of it, so that way you know that you're in. I always do that, and I always keep them, make sure that I got them, just in case something happens. Now, step 15 is probably the hardest. Now it's time to start training. So with that, guys, I'm going to wish you magical luck next week if you guys are registering for Springtime Surprise, which I know a lot of you are. My guess is going to be that it's going to last a little bit longer, especially some races. I think the 5K and the 10K will sell out the first day. I think the challenge will sell out later in the first day. I think it's going to be the third one to go. I think the 10 miler will stay open for a while. By this time, a lot of the great excitement has kind of died down. A lot of people have already done a lot of runs. They've already seen what the theming is, for other races, so they signed up for those. I think the 5K and the 10K have the best theming of the Springtime Surprise anyway, so that's why I think that those two will sell out pretty quickly. I think, again, the 10 miler and the challenge might last a little bit longer. I think they will last a little bit longer. I think the challenge has a chance of going into a few days, although I think it might sell out later that one day. And then the 10 miler, I think, is going to last a few weeks like it usually has. And of course, we have the after party, so that's one of those that you can get later. Last year, or this past year, I should say, up until the last minute, you could actually purchase a ticket the day of. It didn't sell out, but that's if you guys want to go. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm probably going to do it again. So it's up to you guys. That's one of those things that you don't have to put on your shopping list right away. You can go ahead and get that later. So with that said, we have less than 3 weeks away from the Disneyland Halloween run. I'm super excited. I'm trying to catch up on my training. I'm gonna be able to finish it, hopefully, but I'm already getting excited about going. So I have still yet to do a video for the Digital Expo guide for the Disney Halloween, and I'm going to do that one next week. I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks. I'm actually leaving a little bit early because I'm going to go to Disney World to do a few things. Then I'm going to go to Disneyland a little bit early, so I'll be there early already. But I want to go over that to make sure. I've already seen the courses. They look pretty cool, so I'll go over that next week. So with that said, guys, do you have any questions about registration? What medals did you like the best when it came to the marathon weekend? I think I liked them all. I loved the Goofy one. That was my favorite one so far. But then once again, when I look at it up close, it might look a little bit different. As a matter of fact, if you guys are running Disneyland Halloween and you go there to the expo, there's a chance we're going to be able to see those medals already. But without further ado, I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. As usual, create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, see you sooner than later.